I'm so glad to see you again. How have you been?
Pretty good.
How was your bus ride here?
It was okay. It was kind of cold when I was like walking to it, but other than that.
Yeah, okay, well, if you are in need of like a winter coat or gloves or snow boots or anything like that, please let us know because at Love Inc. we offer those things for free if you ever need them or if Jasmine ever needs them, so just keep that in mind so that I can get you connected with those resources. But yeah, no, it can be extremely cold outside, especially when it's snowing, but yeah. Well, I'm so glad you came in and made it in the snow here. But last week kind of looked like me just asking a bunch of questions and that kind of thing. Today is going to look a little differently. We're going to just talk about goals that we have and what you're like wanting to kind of get accomplished and then those steps that we can do to accomplish those goals, if that sounds good for you.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, and at any time if you're like not wanting that goal or if you're wanting like a different maybe step to reach that goal, just let me know because it's completely normal like to want to change those things or have different than what I'm saying. So it's up to you and just feel comfortable to do that at any time. But yeah, so last time I know we kind of talked about asking about like your alcohol and that kind of frequency and the intake of that, and then we talked about your daughter too and not having her in the home, that kind of thing. How has that been for you this past week?
It's been kind of the same as it has been. I didn't get to see her Saturday though, so that was
Oh,
great.
good. That's awesome. How was that? What did you guys do?
We just went to a movie.
Oh,
and,
fun.
Yeah.
No, well, I'm so glad. That is going to be really awesome to be able to spend time with her.
Yes, definitely.
Well, good. How was your alcohol intake this past week? You said about the same.
Yeah, it was about the same.
Okay.
Like, no difference really.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for sharing that. So just kind of like starting off, what in the perfect world, like, what would you want? Like, what would you want to see?
Probably my daughter back with me at home. Maybe a better living situation with, I don't know. And then
What do you mean when you say better living situation?
like a stable house, one like that's an actual home.
Okay.
With like 2 bedrooms type thing.
Okay. And right now you're in an apartment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then with my alcohol more like under control and stuff.
Okay. No, I think those are all great goals. Is there one in particular that you would like to start with, or?
Maybe my alcohol problem.
No, I think that's a great starting spot too. Do you have anything in mind about like what kind of goal you're wanting to reach with that, or?
I'm not really sure.
Okay. No, that's fine. That's what I'm here for. I can help you get through that and give you some ideas. But I know I was getting brainstorming. I think alcohol is a great starting point for you. And I was just thinking that maybe we could find an alternative to alcohol when you're feeling down by 3 months, if that would be a good time frame for you. What do you think?
I think 3 months would work.
And that doesn't mean like completely stopping alcohol, but just maybe finding an outlet. So when you are feeling down, you don't necessarily turn to alcohol, but you can maybe turn to a different activity or task or something like that, if that would be.
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
Do you have any like steps that you would want to do to work towards that, or? I've got ideas, don't worry.
Can I hear your ideas?
Oh yeah, sure, of course. So I think some of the ways that we can work to accomplish this goal would just be for me to first off find you these AA meetings and support groups, and by the next meeting, as I was thinking, would be a good time for me to get all the different locations and the different support groups and like just so you could have a whole list that you could look at to be like, yes, this one would work for me on this night or this wouldn't, and then transportation being a barrier for you, we could kind of see the best location and like the transportation that you could take there just to have that like one less thing that you would have to worry about, if that would be good for you.
I think that'd be good.
Okay, so by next meeting I'll have that list for you of all those different ones. And then I thought another really good thing by even the next meeting, if you would be okay with it, is I will give you like kind of a template and it'll just be like a piece of paper with Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then under all of those you could just maybe keep track of the alcohol intake that you're doing. Like, so say you have 3 beers at dinner, you would write 3 beers at dinner, like simple as that. And so then when we come back in, we could just look at it and be like, okay, so what are the times that we're doing it at? And just to give you more of a visual to see like what's actually you're consuming, because I know it's kind of hard for us sometimes to be like, oh yeah, like it's not that much. But then when we look back at it, you can be like, oh wow, like I didn't even realize these were the times that I was doing that. If that would be something you'd be interested in.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
Do you think a week by next week you would want to do it this next week, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, like a week, 2 weeks maybe.
Yeah, definitely. I can give it to you this week, and then you can fill it out the best you can. Or if something comes up and you're like, oh, I just don't have time for it, or remember, then we can just do it next week too. But if you don't get it all filled out, just bring in what you have, and it's completely fine. We can look over it, and then maybe the next week we can make a goal of trying to each day just consciously be writing stuff down, if that would work for you.
Yeah, that would be good.
Okay, perfect. And then another little action step I had under the goal would just for you to make a list of all the activities you enjoy. So that could be reading, binge watching Family Guy, or cooking, or just things like that.
Okay.
Whatever you find interesting or that you enjoy to do, just making a list of those. And would you think by next week you could bring that in, or?
Yeah, I think next week would be pretty reasonable.
Okay, and it doesn't have to be long. It can just be like literally 5 things that you enjoy, and then we can discuss them and just kind of look into those being options that we can maybe turn to instead of alcohol when feeling down, to like that kind of thing. Okay, well, great. So that's kind of all I have under the alcohol goal. What would be another goal that you'd want to focus on?
Maybe like getting my daughter back or something.
Okay, yeah, no, you did talk about how in perfect world, she'd be living with you, and I was thinking that would be another great goal. So maybe if we could have Jasmine living back with you in 1 year, would that be
I think
realistic?
That would be more realistic.
Yeah, I think so too. Like in 1 year from now, just being able to have her in your care living would be. Do you have any steps that you think that you need to achieve for that, or what are your thoughts?
I'm not really sure.
Okay, no, that's fine. I can go over what I have, and then you can let me know how you feel. So I thought for the court system and to be able to kind of get her back in your care, I will provide you of those times and meeting locations and the ability to get to those meeting locations, so we can set you up with that. So that will be documented, and then another one under that could be that you're going to be attending those meetings regularly. Just to have that documented too, for steps to work on the alcohol situation, for her to be able safely to come back into your home. When do you think that we could maybe get on a regular basis of attending those AA and support meetings regularly? Do you think in a couple months, or?
Yeah, a couple months.
So maybe 3 months, 4 months?
4 months.
4 months? Okay. So then by 4 months, just each week being regularly able to attend those meetings, that'll be fine. It will work best in your schedule. And then I thought another one could be we'll work together to kind of secure more stable housing. And so we can look into your budget and going over that. And so maybe getting you out of the current apartment you're in and into a more suitable apartment to have Jasmine come in. Do you think I was saying by 6 months we could maybe have a secured alternative housing? Would that be realistic, or do you think maybe 8 months? Or
maybe 8 months would be better.
Okay. So what this kind of looks like is just a document of all the goals that we've talked about and the steps that we're going to do to accomplish those goals. So just the alcohol, and then the weekly meetings and that kind of thing under those. And I'm going to get you a copy of this so you have these two just to look at and remind yourself of the goals, and then we can bring it in next time to talk more about them. But what it's going to look like is this is going to be on top of a contract that's saying, yes, I'm committed to these goals. I agree with these goals. I'm going to put in effort, just I'm going to put in effort to help you with, all of these goals that you're trying to achieve. And so I'm going to have you sign that on our way out if you are comfortable in wanting these goals. If that sounds good to you.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay, well, great. Yeah, so I can get you a copy of this, and just kind of for next time, going into bringing back what you need to. So that's kind of a reminder too. But yeah, so are you taking the bus home?
I am, yes.
Okay, yeah, so once we get out to the front office, we can call and make sure when that bus is going to be here, so you don't have to go wait out in the cold and that kind of thing. That works for you.
That does. Thank
Okay,
you.
well, yeah, thank you so much for coming in. I can walk you out and get you this copy.
Perfect.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.